Come here. All the way here. Let this moment have your full weight. Not the portion of your weight that is not currently occupied by something else, but the actual, complete, undivided weight of your attention. Take a breath that is slow enough to mean something, that reaches the parts of you that have been bracing, that finds the held places and offers them permission to release even slightly, even just in this moment. And stay. I want to reorient something for you today, not with an argument, not with a list of reasons to think differently about your life, with something more direct than argument, with the kind of reorientation that happens in the body before the mind has finished deciding whether to agree with it. I want to reorient your relationship with life itself, with the universe, with the field, with whatever name you use for the larger reality in which your individual life is taking place. With the question of whether that larger reality is fundamentally on your side or fundamentally indifferent to you. Whether the forces operating in your life are, at their deepest level, cooperative or resistant. Most people, if you ask them directly, would say they believe the universe is basically benevolent, that things work out, that there is some larger intelligence or larger order that is oriented toward good outcomes. They have heard this teaching and they have agreed with it, and they hold it somewhere in their minds as a position they take. But watch the way most people actually move through their lives, and a different picture emerges. Watch the way a challenge is met. The slight bracing, the immediate mobilization of defenses, the rapid assessment of what might go wrong and what needs to be protected against. Watch the way uncertainty is experienced, as a threat to be resolved as quickly as possible, rather than as a space of possibility. Watch the relationship with time, the urgency, the monitoring of whether things are moving fast enough, the anxiety that if something does not happen soon, it may not happen at all, as if the universe has a limited window of generosity that might close before the desired outcome arrives. Watch all of that, and what you see is not someone who believes, at the level where beliefs actually operate, that the universe is fundamentally cooperative. What you see is someone who is navigating a universe they fundamentally expect to resist them, who has learned, through the accumulated experience of things that did not go as hoped, that the default posture should be vigilance rather than trust, that the appropriate relationship with life's outcomes is anxious management rather than grounded expectation of good. You have been navigating a universe you expect to resist you, and the experience that is generated has been largely the experience of resistance. Not because resistance is the fundamental nature of the universe, because the expectation of resistance produces the experience of resistance through the mechanism we understand now, through the way consciousness frequencies produce coherent experiences, through the way a closed nervous system cannot receive what an open one can, through the simple, observable fact that a person who expects the world to be difficult will encounter it as difficult even when the objective circumstances are genuinely neutral. I want to offer you a different way of experiencing the universe you actually live in, not as a belief to adopt, as a possibility to feel into, as an experiment in what it is like to meet your life from the orientation of fundamental cooperation rather than expected resistance. What if everything that is happening right now in your life, including the parts that are difficult, including the parts that feel like obstacles, including the parts that have not yet resolved in the direction you want, what if all of it is not the universe resisting you, but the universe working with you? Not in spite of the difficulty, but including it, through it, using it as material in the process of producing an outcome that is genuinely good? This is not a reframe designed to make you feel better about circumstances that are objectively bad. This is a question about the actual nature of how life organizes itself, about whether the universe is a collection of forces that are mostly neutral and sometimes helpful and sometimes hindering, or whether it is a fundamentally intelligent, fundamentally generative field that is, at its deepest operating level, oriented toward the flourishing of the conscious beings that are part of it. There is evidence for the second view, not in the form of philosophical argument, in the form of the observable pattern of your own life, when you look at it honestly and in its entirety rather than through the selective lens of your most difficult seasons. How many times have the things that felt like the universe resisting you turned out to be the universe redirecting you towards something better? How many closed doors revealed themselves, with time, to have been the most important closed doors in your history? How many periods of difficulty produced the most significant growth, the deepest understanding, the most essential qualities of who you are today? How many losses cleared space for arrivals that could not have happened in the presence of what was lost? If you look honestly at the whole arc, not only the painful sections, but the whole arc, the pattern that emerges is not one of a universe that is indifferent or resistant. It is one of a universe that has been consistently, if not always, comfortably productive. That has been producing outcomes that, from the perspective of distance and time, reveal themselves to have been oriented toward your genuine good even when they did not feel that way from inside them. That pattern is not coincidence. It is not the mind retrofitting meaning onto random events because meaning feels more bearable than randomness. It is the observable signature of a universe that is fundamentally cooperative, that is oriented at its deepest level toward the flourishing of the beings within it, expressing itself through the specific, messy, non-linear, sometimes painful particular life that is yours. And if that is what the universe has been doing all along, producing your flourishing through the whole of your experience, including the difficult parts, then the appropriate orientation toward it is not vigilant management of outcomes. It is trust. Not naive trust that removes the need for discernment or action or the genuine work of navigating your life, but the deep, grounded, evidence-based trust of someone who has looked at their own history honestly and recognized the pattern. The pattern of a universe that has always been working in their favor. Feel what it is like to meet your current circumstances from that orientation. Not the orientation of someone who needs to be vigilant against the universe's indifference or resistance. The orientation of someone who trusts, genuinely groundedly, based on actual evidence that the forces operating in their life are fundamentally on their side. What does your body do when you stand in that trust rather than in the bracing? When the question is not how do I protect myself from what might go wrong, but what is this situation in the process of producing that I cannot yet fully see? When the default is not defense but openness? When the relationship with uncertainty is one of genuine interest rather than anxiety, because you understand that uncertainty is where the universe is doing its best work, organizing the specific convergences and redirections and arrivals that your conscious mind could not have designed? There is a quality of ease available in that orientation that is not available in the other one. Not the ease of someone who has no challenges. Life contains challenges regardless of orientation. The ease of someone who meets challenges without the additional burden of believing that the challenges are evidence that the universe is against them. The ease of someone who can be fully present in a difficult moment without needing the moment to be different in order to be okay. Because they understand that the difficult moment is not a punishment or an abandonment, but a part of the process of something genuinely good being produced. The universe is not withholding from you. It is not testing you with cruelty or blocking you out of indifference or making you wait out of some arbitrary governance of who deserves good things and when they are allowed to have them. The universe is working, right now, in your specific life, with your specific circumstances, using everything that is present, the progress and the setbacks, the momentum and the stalls, the openings and the closings, as material in the production of an outcome that is genuinely aligned with your highest good. Everything is working in your favor. Not everything feels like it is working in your favor. There is a difference between those two things, and the difference matters. The feeling is generated by the perspective, by the narrow view from inside a specific moment, without access to the full arc, without the perspective that comes from being able to see the whole pattern. But the fact, the actual, structural, observable fact, is that the universe you live in is fundamentally cooperative. That the forces operating in your life are, at the deepest level, producing your flourishing. That nothing that has happened, including the most difficult things, has been wasted or has been the universe turning against you. All of it has been and continues to be the universe working with you, through you, on behalf of the life that is genuinely yours to live. Trust it. Not because it is comfortable, because it is accurate. Everything is working in your favor. Let that be the ground beneath your feet as you move through the rest of this day, and the next after that. Not as a hope, as the truth of the universe you actually live in. You are held. You are supported. You are being produced by a process that is genuinely, fundamentally, completely on your side. Everything is working in your favor. Rest in that. Move from that. Let it change the quality of everything.